Huh, alright. Let's give this a try. Seems to be running smooth enough. Well, I wasn't sure about continuing to stream, but I figure why not. So far, my Fallout 76 knowledge is minimal, aside from watching a few shorts or some crap. What was I even doing? That, right. Let's turn that crap off. No thing. Ooh. So far I've been doing a sneaky shooty build, but the more I unlock perks, the more I realize that late game is definitely going to be heavy guns and power armor. There's a lot of stuff that really synergizes with that. I feel like the DPS is just too good not to have. But I've been having fun so far. It's been doing fine. I really have been playing it as like a looter shooter and not really caring much about the story. I was pretty upset originally with how the game was released with no NPCs, but seeing how the NPCs are implemented honestly makes me wish that they never got added. It feels weird having them here. I feel like a lonely, more like stalker vibe Fallout game would have been really nice. Even with the addition of just like players. I think the issue was that Bethesda sold it as gamers being the NPCs. We're like, oh, there's no merchants. You're the merchant. Hee hee hee. And that's part of what made it seem so lame. Was that instead of it being a cool concept, they were using that concept as a workaround for just not taking the time to do NPCs. And that really is the problem. Because now that I play it, I think the only stories I really cared about so far were the ones on the holotapes. The stories from the hacking characters just for like, whatever. I couldn't really care less about them so far. But the holotape ones, they were well voice acted, they were interesting. They definitely made me feel emotions other than eye rolling and boredom. It was pretty good. I like the new enemies, I like the new guns. Honestly, pretty solid overall. It makes me also wish that Fallout 4 could have had so many quality of life updates, and these guys are just laying here doing nothing. They're not getting up. That's cool. That's some great mechanics. Can't loot that guy because he didn't get up. That's awesome. And I feel like Fallout 4 could have really benefited from a lot of these quality of life things that they did, like all the extra all the like sorting tabs, like food and drink and aid being separate, holo and notes being separate. It would have been nice. Honestly, overall, maybe like a 6, 7 out of 10. Not terrible, not bad, but like questionable. The ideas are great. The implementation or the execution is not so great. Like the idea of the stash space being limited. That's cool. You gotta work with what you got. You gotta really like make important decisions on what you keep and what you don't. Or you could just pay for Fallout first and have like twice the stash space because all your junk and all your ammo is going somewhere else. Which really massively devalues the idea of the like limited stash space. It makes it go from a cool concept to a, oh, that's why we need to buy that, huh? You're paying for you're locking this behind a paywall so that we have to pay for convenience, instead of it being like, oh shit, man, that's a cool idea, a bit more of like a survival aspect. That really sucks. It really sucks, man. I think it would have been so much more interesting if they didn't have Fallout First. Like, who cares about the stupid skins, whatever. But the subscription thing, I feel like it was a something that they forced, like ZeniMax made them add to the game, giving Bethesda a lot of benefit of the doubt. But in this case, I feel like it was not their interest to do this, even though they are like the progenitor of stupid MTX with their funny horse armor. I feel like they wouldn't have done that. And as a Bethesda eye roller, and I wouldn't say hater, just sad, disappointed. Very disappointed in Bethesda overall. Definitely bruh, for sure. It definitely sucks to see this happen to such a cool game. A game that could have been cool. What other things so far? The music is great. I love the music. Very good so far. I love the world building. I love the monsters, the creatures. I love the idea. The premise of like everyone's been killed by this plague is neat. Of course, there's a lot of plot holes in it, and especially a bunch of plot holes with the addition of living people in this plagued world, specifically before you come out with a cure. But, I mean, what else can you really expect, right? Overall, I think that it's neat. I would have really... Oh, hi. Oh yeah, the AI is really stupid. Like, really dumb. Like, I guess that's a caveat of, like, or a carryover from having a game be multiplayer, but they are really stupid. Really, really dumb. Like, they'll, like, that chucklehead that I just killed, they didn't even, like, notice I was there until I walked onto their ship and stared at them for, like, a full second. And then they're like, oh shit, there's a guy. Oh, and then I shot him in the head. That was wild. That is actually kind of wild, that their AI is that bad. That and, like, the delay. The delay on, like, hit registering. Hit reg.
Now that the world has gone to shit.
Definitely weird. Bad. Not a fan. Not great. Not great. Wasn't that supposed to... Oh, that was raw meat. Oops. But overall, as a fun, like, looter shooter, just run around and explore, good. I've been enjoying it a lot. The new weapons, like the Gatling gun, very cool. Not exactly good, or not exactly like great to use, but cool. I feel like some of the heavy guns are really underpowered, at least for what they're supposed to be. Like the 50 cal machine gun is like what, weaker than the MG42? Very questionable. Very questionable. Like, why make it so weak? I get that, like, oh, use the perks, buddy, but like, they could have made it fire slower or something to make it not feel terrible. But it just, when I saw the damage for it, I saw it in the shop and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I hovered over it and I saw the damage and I was like, wow, that's terrible. That's abysmal. I was pretty impressed with just how like awful it was. I don't know. That's crazy. What other things? I didn't really come up with a list or anything. I literally just started it up and just went nuts, went off. The VATS, weird. I like the idea. Like, of all, if there was a way to implement VATS in a multiplayer game, this I guess would have to be it. Nothing really like crazy, awesome, or spectacular about it. It just works. The quests felt pretty meh. The Rosie quest, or Rose I think it was, fine. That was cool. Good dialogue. I haven't gotten too far in the main quest yet, but done lots of exploring and running around. The holotapes are nice. The new enemies, very cool. The Wendigo, scared, very like unnerving. Not exactly a hard fight. You just take drugs and shoot them, but the seeing them and they still unnerve me sometimes. Well, most of the time. But the what are they called? The Scorch Beasts. Those were actually pretty cool. I remember seeing the funny memes when the game came out of like, aha, leftover dragon. What the fuck? Woo? Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, that. Your camera being, like... Your camera control being taken away from you when you get stunned definitely is weird. I would have preferred they did it Fallout 4's way, where it just, like, fucks with your, like, it just makes you sway massively. And I think that would have been way better than just locking you out of camera movement. That is awful. That just feels bad. But, I mean, what can you do? I haven't seen anyone else talk about it, so I guess it's not that big of an issue. It just feels really awful to have control taken away like that. And this is coming from a... Well, I won't talk about that game. Maybe I'll cut that out. Yeah, what the fuck was that? There's grass floating up there? I assume from the mole rat, like, digging it up. And then it got placed in the sky for some reason. Yeah, that was weird. That was really weird. Yeah, overall, having fun. I think I'm having a lot more fun than I ever thought I would. And that's the big thing, for me at least. Is that, like, I knew that it was going to be a big world to explore, and that was the big selling point for me. It was just the fun of just going through another Bethesda game. That was funny. Mysterious quill? Huh. Oh, okay. I was talking about the Scorch Beasts. One moment. Okay, the Scorch Beasts. Pretty neat. I remember seeing the memes about the dragon, them being like leftover dragon AI code and all that and whatever crap. But honestly, they were a cool fight. I remember, where was it? I was doing missions in Watoga. I came across that place just randomly, and I was like, oh, wow, this is cool. And I played around in there and did the quests there, and it was really awesome. I liked it. Like, that whole thing, the whole Watoga quest line, very cool. Enjoyed it a lot. very nice. And at the end of it, I had a Scorched Beast show up while I was defending that point at the end of it, where I had to basically protect this terminal from while it was uploading a signal to reset all the robots, or to add my code to the robots to stop them from being hostile to me. And this Scorched Beast showed up like halfway through, and I ran out of Stimpaks, and I had to just start drinking all my Nuka-Colas. And it was a pretty awesome fight. It was very intense with all the robots there, and then him just barraging me. It was very cool. And that was definitely like a 10 out of 10 moment for me, of just like everything just lined up perfectly for a very cinematic moment. Very solid. And that's a lot of the like Bethesda magic, is those where everything, all the like convoluted like cornball and spaghetti code mechanics line up to make something awesome. Oh no, am I stuck? I can't be stuck, right? Surely. I'm stuck. Where the hell did I go? Oh, I'm up here. Oh, come on, man. Surely I can get out. Oh, there we go. Thank goodness. Well, I didn't mean to go up this far. I just kind of got lost. But in a good way. And that's also part of the magic, where you just wander around and stuff happens and you just find things. And that's really where Bethesda shines. And that's part of the reason why Starfield failed. But that's beside the point. Maybe I'll talk about that some other time. I never ended up playing that much. I bought it, played it for like almost exactly 2 hours, said, wow, this sucks, and refunded it immediately. It was not worth it for me at all. She stank. What other things? Not really much on my mind yet. Maybe I'll get reminded here. Ooh, carrying a lot of Nuka-Cola. Yum, 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 yum. Delicious. I like the way that caps are like more scarce. That's the right word. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Well. That ends that. Huh. Well, okay. Game just decided to crash on me. Alright. Well, maybe that's a sign that I should take a break. Alright, well, thanks for listening to this rambling review. I guess I'll see you later if I decide to continue this. I really want to, but it's been hard to find the motivation. I don't know. I really want to keep doing this stuff. I feel like it's something that I could do if I get good enough at it. Or rather not get good enough at, but get comfortable with. I think that it's something I could actually do with myself instead of be a goblin all day. Well, I guess I'll see you guys later.